Hi guys, welcome back to another video on the Evo conversion. So it's been forever since I posted a video update. Sorry about that. Things have been pretty busy around here, and mostly I've just been driving the car, honestly, trying to get miles on it and fix little issues here and there. So I've actually done quite a bit of work to the car recently, and had a lot of things happen. Had some part failures, and mostly it's just been this whole summer, this whole year has been just kind of shakedown for the car, trying to find problems and fix problems with it. I actually had the cylinder head off the car recently. Some of you guys know that I've been fighting a misfiring issue. I think I've more or less got the issue figured out. It's a really strange issue. The car only misfires during cruise. It never ever misfires during boost. Boost is fine, as it should be. I mean, this car is set up for much higher power than what it's actually making, because of this little stock turbo. So I had to pull the cylinder head off. The car was not using oil like too badly, but there was just a huge amount of carbon buildup in the cylinders. We pulled the cylinder head off. The engine had 3,000 miles. It looked like it had 300,000 miles. The actual cause of that ended up being valve stem seals were leaking really badly. I don't know why they were leaking. That's one of the things that Kurt Brown did when he did the cylinder head. And also the valves weren't sealing either, so I ended up lapping the valves in, and I haven't had any issues since then, at least as far as oil consumption. And the misfire, while it's still present, is nowhere near as bad. The misfire itself, I'm almost positive, is something in the wiring harness. It's nothing to do with the wiring work on the car. Honestly, for the most part, the harness is untouched. There's only a couple of little things that I've done to the harness, and all the wiring work that I've done is all pretty near aircraft grade. I've actually got tools for doing that kind of work on aircraft, so that's the stuff that I use for this. I'm not an aircraft mechanic. My dad was, so I get to borrow his tools, which is pretty cool. But so anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just something in the harness. I was never really happy with the way this harness was set up when I got it, so I'm planning on building a custom harness for the car this winter while the car's down, and I'm pretty much positive that I won't have any more problems after that. So that's what's up with the engine. Since I've got the cylinder head back on, I've probably put 1,000 miles on the car, and it's been really good. The cylinders are clean, like I would expect them to be. So pretty happy with how everything's gone. But that said, I haven't been completely lucky with this car. So you can't really see anything. Oh yeah, I got a custom license plate. 2-door 4, only one in the country so far, at least the only one finished. So you can see a little oil on the ground here from my rear diff. I had to actually, some of this too, I was sealing it. Some of the input shaft bearing, there's two input shaft bearings on the rear differential on this car for the pinion, and the car's been howling at speed for a while. It doesn't really make any noise unless it's above like 60 miles an hour, and that's the way it's been for about 2 years. I wasn't sure what was making the sound. I thought maybe it was air whistling through the suspension because of the way the exhaust was, or something funky like that. a couple of weeks ago, there may have been a 6,000 RPM launch involved. But a couple of weeks ago, the diff started making a grinding noise. So I put the car up on stands and got a stethoscope out and was kind of feeling around the rear diff, and sure enough, the forwardmost input shaft bearing is no good. So I haven't really been driving the car much since then. That was about 3 weeks ago. I've driven the car maybe 2 or 3 times since then, and only real short drives, because that is the sort of thing that will fail, and it'll be pretty spectacular if it does, but I'm really hoping it doesn't. So the plan is to pull that diff out here in 4 or 5 weeks and send it off to TRE, and TRE is going to do the entire the rebuild for me and build the diff all the way up. So I'm going to have the billet side cover put on the rear diff and the 12 plate max lock conversion, and also the oil sight glass, just because I really think that the oil level sight glass is a good idea. And yeah, so full rebuild being done on that. It's a fairly expensive. It's close to $1,100 to have that done, but I don't think I'll have any more problems with that after doing that, so I think that's worth it. So that's the plan as far as the diff goes. And then yeah, so pretty much my plans for this winter for the car is going to be do the rear diff build, do the wiring harness, all things that are pretty easy. And then also the front bumper is going to get painted and finished. So there's no meshing for the intercooler right now. I'll probably put the mesh back on once I clearance the front bumper a little bit. It's really close to the intercooler. In fact, you can see I stuffed some tape in there just to keep it from there's a screw right here to keep it from digging into the aluminum. So that will be clearanced a little bit better. You can see this bumper's rough. So it doesn't look too bad in the far away pictures, but it's been spray painted. Somebody in Japan didn't take super great care of this car. Actually, I may have figured out the reason why the original engine crank walked the other day. I was looking back through pictures from when I was building this car, and some of you guys know I rebuilt this turbo myself. The oil seals were all shot in it, and the engine crank walked. So I was thinking about it. It's entirely possible that it lost oil pressure because it was blowing oil into the exhaust through the turbo oil seals. So I'm kind of wondering if the seals just didn't lose like so much oil that it saw a loss of oil pressure. That's kind of my theory. Either way, it's good now, so that works. And then also I'll be painting the rear bumper as well. We painted this rear bumper before. It was my dad's first time painting a plastic bumper, and I think either too much or not enough plastic prep. He knows more about it than I do. I don't paint at all, so besides rattle canning, that's something that he does. But since then, he's gotten a lot better at it. He painted the trunk and the wing on the car, and they look fantastic. So I'm super happy with those. Couldn't be happier. So yeah, not too much else is going on with the car. I don't know if I talked about the tires. I have Bridgestone RE71Rs on this car now. Lots and lots of things have been changed and updated. So the car was dyno tuned at the beginning of the year, and it made 366 all-wheel horsepower, and it was having some pretty bad crankcase pressure issues, and I solved those by deleting the PCV valve and running a vented to atmosphere catch can, which I've actually had sitting around for a while, but that fixed that. So I feel like with that fixed, it's probably a safe bet to say the car is probably sitting right at 370 all-wheel horsepower. I may do a turbocharger upgrade this winter. I kind of doubt it. I'm actually pretty happy with the car the way it is. I do get a little bit of surge because the housing's too small, but it's not bad. I can live with it. So, pretty happy with the car overall. The headlights, I've gotten a lot of hate on the headlights. I know they're fairly ugly, but I bought them for a couple of reasons. One, they were really cheap, and my stock headlights, the tab where you mount the corner light, these were broken off on both of my headlights. So the headlights were great, but you couldn't mount turn signals, so that was kind of an issue. Two, these are glass headlights versus the OEM plastic. Now the Evo 4 are actually glass headlight, but the regular Mirage sedan just uses a plastic lens. These are a little bit more durable, and they won't yellow, which I absolutely can't stand yellowed headlights. So I liked that about them. They're black housing already, which is cool. And then the guy that I bought these from does these retrofits. The retrofit is not great, but it's not bad, you know, for the price of the light. But that's the main reason I actually bought these, is because I'm planning on doing my own retrofit. I'll probably do, well, I'm going to definitely delete the halos because I really don't like the way they look in there. They're just too yellow compared to the rest of the lens. I want a really, really pure chrome look for that part. I may even get rid of the chrome altogether and just paint the entire inside satin black. I'm definitely planning on doing, because the color theme of the car is silver with blue accents everywhere. I'm definitely going to be doing Morimoto Demon Eye kit, and that'll be set to blue pretty much indefinitely. I'll probably etch the projectors, just little cool stuff for the lighting. I was thinking I might add the sequential switchback LED strips so that they kind of go around the light. We'll see. That's stuff after sorting the rest of the mechanical tuning. So, but in all reality, the car is running really, really well now, so I can't really complain. It launches super hard. It's just wicked. We figure, I haven't actually had it on the track yet, so pardon me bench racing here, but we figure it's probably 11.5, 11.6 in the quarter based on the power level. And that's, I feel like that's a pretty fair estimate. Hopefully we'll have the car on the track. A couple of friends of mine are trying to get me to go run the car the way it is. I really, really would be nervous about doing that with the rear end making the noise that it is. So it's probably going to have to wait till next year, sadly. I was really hoping to get a 1 or 2 passes done, but what can you do? But anyway, overall the car's been pretty good. I really... A few of us had bets on what was going on, or what was going to fail first as far as the driveline went. I said it was probably going to be the transfer case. Some people said transmission. I don't think anybody thought it would be the rear diff. Just because this is a much stronger driveline component than what the Evo 4 had. But, oh well. It is what it is. No complaining here. It'll be fixed and it'll be better than ever. So, that's pretty much all I can think of. I don't think I've really changed anything else on the car. So, look, the interior is pretty much the same. Oh, I did put a JDM head unit in the car. One of my buddies, I'm helping him on, he's got an 03 Bug-Eye, and he bought a, let me think here, is a version 7 STI Pro Drive half cut, which is pretty close to like a Type RA, In fact, it's got a lot of Type RA components in it. For those of you who know Subaru, that's some pretty awesome stuff. But anyway, he bought that half cut from Japan, and this head unit was in it. So he hooked me up with it. It's a pretty cool little head unit. It's got a 40 gig hard drive in it, and it rips CDs automatically if you put them in. So that's kind of cool. But it's full of all kinds of Japanese kind of. There's J-pop on there, there's Inca, there's all kinds of really strange stuff. So I thought that was kind of hilarious. And the nav unit still kind of works. So it always says we're somewhere in Japan. It's not designed to work anywhere outside of it, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, other than that, I think everything's pretty much the same in here. So that's what it is. Anyway, hopefully I'll have more videos for you guys once I actually start working on the car again. It's kind of, I take videos more when I'm actually doing work on the car than when I'm just driving it, which I suppose I should probably be more the opposite, but I'm just kind of a technical person. I think that stuff's cool, so maybe I'll start doing vlogs or something once I get the car running a little better. As far as the misfire goes and whatnot, so when I start racing it. But anyway, I don't know anything else for now, guys, so hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you guys next time.